Hello everyone, welcome to this week's episode of the Author Collaborative. I have a guest today, a fellow author whose book I have read, and I will be talking to her about her experience of writing that book and other books. We'll be discussing our books and writing experiences and reading experiences. So stay tuned, it's going to be a great session. Hello Vani, thank you for joining. We had some issues and I had to restart the live. I am waiting for my guest to join so we can begin today's episode. Let me invite her again. Yeah, there she is. Please stay connected. Sorry for the lost connectivity before. Shefali, if you can accept the invitation that I just sent, we can in today's episode.
Yeah. Now, can you see?
Oh my god, I still can't see. What is this? This is some big mystery.
Like, just imagine that I am there on the screen and then
Yeah.
have
But the
connect.
only worry is that when I put up the video, it should not be like, I'm talking to myself.
I don't know because it's completely fine for me. So,
Okay. Then I
but
don't know what
I
to
will
do.
be very. I know it's going to be very inconvenient because it's like you're talking to a.
Yeah, I'm talking to a black
a-
screen. Literally, I'm talking to a black screen.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. People are saying that they can see you. So, Shefali, I'm just going to assume that your pretty face is in front of me and we'll do today's episode like this.
Yeah, you can imagine that I am there.
Okay, so I was just telling everyone that I have read your book and really enjoyed it. Can you just introduce yourself briefly to the viewer to the viewers? Hello, Sakshi. Thank you for joining. Hello, Divansh.
Right. So I guess then we can begin.
Yes. So, if you can just briefly introduce yourself to the viewers.
Hello everyone, I am Shefali Arora. I am the author of the books The Infinite Road and Dare Dream Travel. And recently I posted a very short story on Kindle digital platform that was Bittersweet Coffee. So I also wrote a poetry book earlier that was a collection of short poetry, A Paradise of Thoughts. So basically, I have been in this domain for the past 3 to 4 years, and I do wish to write more and more. By profession, I am a lecturer at an engineering college, at a prestigious college, and yes, writing is my passion. So I have continued it, and I hope to continue it in the coming years also.
Okay, wow, wonderful. So, how many books have you written, Shefali? 4 or 5?
Yeah, so basically the poetry book plus the two traditionally published books. So I count them, and this one, Bittersweet Coffee, that was the story I posted on Kindle. So this is separate. So ideally, I think if you talk about the published, those in print, so there are three basically.
Okay, and plus
Yes,
this one and Kindle, so 4.
yes.
Okay, wonderful, Shefali. And that's incidentally the book that I have read and enjoyed. And I have a few questions related to my reading of that book. Are you ready to answer them?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so the one thing that I really liked about your short story, Bittersweet Coffee, is that it is the setting is in Paris, and there's something very magical and romantic about the setting that you have put the story in. What I wanted to know is that when you're setting a story in a place like that, outside India, what kind of points do you keep in mind, and how do you personally go about it?
So, after writing for the past few years, the one thing that I've understood with experience is that you should choose a backdrop which goes with the theme of your book, right? So, say when I published Their Dream Travel, it was a compilation of stories of different solo women travelers. And so the backdrops were, yeah, so the foreign locations were exactly vibing with that adventure, that thrill, that you get while traveling on your own or facing challenges. And so when I was writing this story, I thought that if it has to be a love story, then we should take like I should set it in a place that is that I feel is very charming or it's like a
Hmm.
fairy tale.
Hmm.
That's why I chose Paris as the location in this. So as per me, you should go with a location which vibes with the theme of what you are writing, and that's how you should choose. If it is, as I told you before, if it's an adventurous if you're writing, something about adventure. So, like in my book, there were many locations that that say people were somebody went to a famous mosque and to visit a famous
Hmm.
mosque, and around that place they faced a number of challenges while solo traveling, or
Hmm.
somebody went to the gorges of um, the rocky place. Somebody went to a rocky place, and so that goes with the theme when you talk about adventure. And
Hmm.
there they were about to slip into the water. So the place should be such that matches with the flow of your story.
Okay.
So that's how you should, I guess, in my experience, we should go ahead when we are talking about the foreign locations.
Okay. That's nice. Yeah. Oh, so obviously the setting of the story should be as per what your plot line and the stories demand.
Exactly. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, correct.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for sharing that with us. My next question to you is, since you have now published four books and one is self-published, the others are traditionally published, can you share a few tips with us related to offline promotion of the books?
This is a very good question because in the past 1 or 2 years, we have been in the COVID era and we have been promoting our books a lot through the online mode. And
Yes.
now slowly we are coming back into the offline scenario.
Hmm.
And I think this is the best time where we can come out and meet as many readers as we can, because the main motive of your book is that you should be able to reach more and more people who can connect with your story, or at least when they get to know about it, they'll like your book, then they'll pick it up and give a read. Because again, we are going back to the place where people will be stepping out into bookstores or
Yes.
cafes where you can place your books. So as per me, if you are going for if I would suggest authors to go for offline marketing, I would definitely say go and meet as many number of readers as you can through through literary clubs or author meets or panel discussions, or in book fairs. Other promotions are obviously going to be there through social media, newspapers, magazines, whatever. But meeting readers, interacting with them, that's how you will get to know what kind of stories they like, whether they will like your
Hmm.
book or
Hmm.
not. So this is the time when we can do, because for the past 1 or 2 years we were totally stuck in our own digital world. So
Hmm.
now is the time to go out and do that, as per me.
Yes, correct. And thank you for sharing those. Yes, and I am somebody who has always relied more on online marketing. That's why I wanted to ask you how we can go about offline marketing, because I have not done much of it. My only experience is related to literary festivals and a few book readings, and they went really well, I must say. So those are some really great suggestions. Thank you.
Correct, correct, yeah.
Okay, before I leave the floor open to you, uh, you don't have the book with you, right? So I am going to read out a few paragraphs from your book. Is there anything in particular you had in mind that you would like me to read?
I just wrote it from the point of view that, I just wanted to write a quick, a coffee table kind of book, because I had the story in my mind. So there are many parts of it that are close to my heart, especially the ending. But yes, we'll not reveal the end here. So
Hmm.
probably you can take up from the point that you liked the most when you were reading the story. So that would be great.
Okay.
And then I would like to hear your poetry also from Mindful Musings. So
Yes.
for both of us, please go ahead.
Okay. We don't want to give out too much, so I think we should read out a few paragraphs from the beginning of the book itself.
Yeah,
What do
that's
you
fine.
see? Okay. Before we do that, here is Shefali's book, Bittersweet Coffee. This is what the cover looks like. And I'm going to read out from the first chapter. The chapter is titled Party Time. I sighed and perused my messy room for some important documents. I contemplated if I had ever spent some time cleaning it. There was hardly any time in the past few days to think about life and love. It was icy cold, as if winter had spread its devilish claws over the city. The warmth of the furnace was just enough to survive through the day. I had been scrambling with home assignments since morning. I quietly tiptoed into the kitchen, enveloped with the aroma of baked beans. My flatmate, Mark, stood in a corner, enthusiastic about something. Good morning, brother. There's a celebration in the gardens near the Eiffel Tower. Meet you in a while, he said, and swam out of the kitchen. I instantly smiled. I lived with two of my batchmates. Mark hailed from Serbia, while Sam represented the glorious culture of Scotland. The enticing architecture of the Eiffel Tower was visible from our window. I always wished to admire its beauty from a nearer spot. Who would not want to be in its radius for once in a while? So that's the starting of your book, and it really draws you into the setting of Paris and the feeling of romance. And
Yeah, that's how the story will pick up and who is there and what all will unfold. Yeah,
yeah, I hope we have created enough curiosity in the viewers' minds to go and pick it up and read it further.
definitely, definitely.
Okay, so now I leave the floor open to you, Shefali, if you have any questions related to my book and
Yes,
anything.
definitely. I do have some questions for you as well, as I have read your book too, and I really like the way you have expressed your feelings through very relatable emotions. And because even I like writing poetry, so I could definitely relate. So, first of all, I would like to know about your publishing journey. I mean, what all challenges you faced, and what all books have you published in this journey, and how difficult it was.
Also, my publishing journey actually has been indie all the way. I have never been represented by any publishing agency or publishing agent. And so far, I have, in fact, done all kinds of publishing besides vanity publishing. I have gone the traditional publishing way as well as the self-publishing way. But the only way I have yet to explore is the vanity publishing, where you pay a publisher to
Yes,
publish your book and distribute it across the globe, or whatever their distribution channel is. I'm yet to do that, and I don't think I will ever be comfortable doing that. But you never know. Uh, but with each book that I have published, I have learned something, and I have not only grown as a writer. Of course, that goes for everyone. The more you write, the better you become. But for me, I want to say, besides being improvement in the writing, I have also learned how to go about publishing the book, how to go about marketing it. So with each book, it has been like a learning curve and growing curve for me.
yeah, definitely. And I think it's good that if you're able to crack this tough nut without going into the vanity publishing thing. Because even as I told you about my books, so my poetry book was self-published, and the other two, Infinite Road and Daredream Travel, are traditionally published. So I did not feel, that it was worth spending for self-publishing, because again you have to, aggressively market your book.
Yeah.
So, so it's not actually, it's just going out of your pocket when you are going for self-publishing. So even I agree with that. And also, I would like to know, out of all your books, which one is your personal favorite and why?
This is a very tricky question because it's like, asking a mother who's her favorite
All
child.
of my books actually.
But I have to say, because I already mentioned that I have seen myself becoming better with each book. So I'm going to say for poetry, definitely the latest one, which is Mindful Musings and Peaceful Ponderings. And for short stories, Under the Mistletoe and Other Stories, because it was my latest in the short stories genre. But overall, from all the six books, if I had to choose, I would say Love Triangle because it is my debut novel, and it was the first time I was doing longer form of fiction writing, and also because I managed to write and publish the book within 3 months, which is something I'm really proud of.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's when your work gets published, you have a different kind of pride and happiness within you.
Yeah.
Agreed. So that's great. And
Yeah.
definitely, I would like you to read something from Mindful Musings, because I loved all the emotions. You can pick up your favorite one and
Okay,
Yes.
I'm bad at picking up a poetry for reading. So if you could just maybe you tell me one title, I'll read that.
So the one, where you were talking about that it has come back to the same thing. You can, like,
Full circle.
yeah, yeah, correct.
Okay,
That.
so this one is titled Full Circle. At 3, I felt it when my mother said, "You won't be the only child in the family now," because I wasn't prepared to have my parents' love divided. At 7, I felt it when my father said, "You are elder to him. Learn to give him more." When I didn't let my brother play with my toys. At 11, I felt it when my teacher said, "You need more practice. I can't let you participate," because I knew she had done the selection based on favoritism. At 17, I felt it when a girl in my class said, "You? No way. I'd rather kiss a frog," when I was just looking for friendship. At 21, I felt it when the interviewer said, if only you had performed better in the written test, we would have hired you," because I had aced the other rounds and my cumulative score was superior to most. At 25, I felt it when my girlfriend said, "I really like you, but I can't tolerate your parents and your little brother," when her own family was snooty and had far bigger issues. At 28, I felt it when my wife said, "You're not as successful as your friends. I don't know what I saw in you," because we were at an office party surrounded by my colleagues, and she didn't mean it as a joke. 33. I felt it when my son said, "I don't want to have a brother or sister," when I realized life had come full circle. I knew then that what I had felt most of my life was something I could let go of. And just like that, my anger was replaced with acceptance.
Correct. Yeah. So completely relatable, emotions.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, so, somebody has made a suggestion that I should read Don't Stop, Make It Pop.
Yeah, you can just go ahead. And,
Wait, I'll just go back and read that. We have demands coming in. That's really nice. Thank you. Don't Stop, Make It Pop. Yes, here it is. So this one is titled Don't Stop, Make It Pop. Sometimes I, at times we. Many try leads to glee. Fail, don't mind. Never stop. Life, a grind. Pause, don't drop. Win a few, lose some more. All are due, upward soar.
great, great.
Thank you. You are great. Keep shining. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's really sweet. Okay, this brings me to the favorite part of this episode, which is the rapid fire. How we'll do it is I'll ask you one question and then you ask me one question. Are
Yeah,
you
that
ready?
would be good.
Wait, let me
So
just open
we
the
will go
question.
ahead with the first.
Yes, I'll go ahead with the first. My first question to you is out of all books that you have written, which is your least favorite and why?
Least favorite. So definitely, again, that's a tricky question because all the books are your own. They're like your baby, so you cannot hate anybody. But yeah, if I would say least favorite in terms of, I would say a paradise of thoughts because of the reasons I stated before that I was
Yeah.
not very happy with the concept of publishing it. And when I matured in this domain and I got to know, how you're going and reaching out to publishers and going through the traditional way, that was definitely a better thing in terms of exposure and as a writer, growing as a writer. So
Hmm.
that's why, otherwise, genre wise and content wise, I love them all.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Okay, your turn.
My question to you, which is your like favorite writing space in the house, wherever you like to sit and write?
So we have this study room come library in our house, and recently my acquisition has been a rocking chair, and it has been added to the library. So actually, for reading and writing both, that is my favorite spot.
Okay.
So my question to you: an Indian author that you feel needs more recognition and why?
I think there are beautiful stories that are coming up by Indian authors. I recently read The Henna Artist by Alka Joshi. I don't think that she is getting a lot of recognition, but I think she deserves a lot more because I really like the book. So I guess
I
yes.
yeah, I have heard a lot about that book. Would you
Yeah.
recommend it?
Yeah. I love the book. I
Okay,
would recommend.
I'll check
Yeah.
it out because I've been meaning to get to it. A lot of people have told me it's a really good book. I'll get to it.
Yeah, so that needs a bit more recognition as compared to the other Indian authors who have whom we know by name. So I hope that
Hmm.
this happens for her too.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's a good one. Okay.
Okay. So my question to you is, a character, any character from your book or from your stories you would like to spend a day with.
Oh wow, this is interesting. There are a lot actually. But I think I would choose Aisha Banerjee from my debut novel because she has a few similarities with me, but I want to spend the day with her to kind of her self confidence to rub off on me a little and get few tips from her.
Yeah, we do learn from our characters. Like even I, fell in love with the protagonist of The Infinite Road. She was also a very spirited, impulsive girl. So I thought, yeah, I should be someone like her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So an element or theme you never want to have in your story, never want to not have in your stories, and why?
An element I would not like to have in my
No,
stories.
like it will always be there. You can't just not have it. You always want it to be there in your books.
Okay, an element that I would always like to have in
Hmm.
my books. So I think it would be, well, it's again a tricky thing because it depends on your mood, what you are writing on.
I
But
know.
the element of, but yeah, the element of love should be there somewhere because readers also enjoy it and you're able to connect and that's something that shows family bonds, something like that.
Hmm.
I would not like to miss it in my books. So rest it depends what genre you are writing. So based on
Hmm.
that. But yeah,
Yeah.
this is something I would like not to miss. The love can be between lovers, the family bond, the love
Hmm.
that is there in the family bonds that way, or between two friends. That emotional thing, I would never like to miss that element.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, relationships. That's
Yeah,
something you like.
correct.
Yeah. Okay.
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 So
Nice.
next from my side, have you ever faced the writer's block? Is there something like that, or it's just a myth?
No, no, it is there, but I don't call it a writer's block. I call it my mood. I call it lack of motivation.
Yeah.
It's a choice for me. आज नहीं लिखना है तो नहीं लिखूंगी पर ऐसा.
Yeah, happens with me also. So when you're not in the mood, just leave it for the day. Try
Yeah.
the next day.
Yeah. Okay, my last question to you. The best compliment and the worst criticism that you have received on your writing.
I have received a lot of, I'm blessed to have received a lot of good comments. The best was when one of the readers messaged me that, I really liked your book, but I have the ebook and I would like a signed copy from your end because I want to keep the hard copy with me. So, that was something that really touched me as a writer. And regarding the bad ones, yeah, though there are few, but definitely, they teach you something for the next time.
Mhm.
So, say one of the readers didn't like the plot of my first book, The Infinite Road. So she was blunt about it, that the story could have gone this way or that way. So I
Mhm.
didn't take it to heart because everyone has his or her opinion.
Yeah.
Everyone will like the story to end in a certain way. So that's what you learn after every. I guess after every book in your journey, you keep learning. So it's not basically criticism; it's learning that okay, everyone has his or her own story,
Hmm.
own world where they can create their story. But the good ones remain with you. The good compliments remain with you for long.
Hmm. True. Yeah. Yeah, we
Okay,
have
so
to learn to accept criticism because we are in the public domain. So,
yeah, exactly. And my question to you is, so which is your favorite genre?
my favorite genre, oh my God, really depends on the mood. But if I had to, my comfort genre is definitely rom-com, and after that, thrillers. I've read the most number of books in the rom-com genre. Maybe that's why I picked that particular genre for my debut novel.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That definitely impacts us in a way what we are writing. So yeah,
Yes.
that's
Okay. Yeah. So that's about it from my side. And any parting words from you? I am still seeing you as a black screen, by the way. So this has been really weird for me.
Oh yes, I can understand. I mean, you have been talking to a black box, but I really enjoyed the whole session,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
thank you for having me over. I've come live after long, so I'm really glad that this was with you, and I hope we have more sessions with each other and individually. We keep promoting our books and work, and we keep writing, and the readers will keep supporting us. That's all I would say. So thank you so much. And anything you would add to it?
Yes, because this is for promoting our books, I'm just going to remind everyone that Shefali and I were talking about our book. Her book is titled Bittersweet Coffee, and it's a short romantic story set in Paris. And my book is a poetry collection, which is titled Mindful Musings and Peaceful Ponderings. Both of these books are available as ebooks on Kindle, so you can go and check them out. And
Yes,
thank you
note
everyone
it
for
down.
joining. And I'll see you all next week. And Shefali, I hope to do this again with you again soon. Have a great weekend,
Yes.
everyone. Bye.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone. And keep supporting us, keep reading our books. See you
Yes.
soon.
See you. Bye.
Okay.